All right, good morning, General McGuire. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, April. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here on Sunrise. I'd like to open the floor to you to highlight some of your most important issues on your campaign.
Yeah, thanks, April. I've been doing a lot of interviews, and I'll tell you the number one topic as I've traveled around the state and talking in the rural counties has been the border security. As you know, in Arizona, border security is human security. It's much more than national security. You know, we have problems with sex trafficking, illicit drugs, fentanyl. You know, in 2016, I previously ran the Counter Narcotics Task Force, was part of our subordinate element in the Guard. We hadn't seen any fentanyl apprehensions prior to 2016, and in the first quarter of this year, it was the number one thing, and it's really affecting our communities adversely. It's got to stop. With that, you know, there's a lot of churn on the federal side about the Second Amendment, about natural resources and water and the things that the federal government affects in the rural counties. And then obviously, I'm strong pro-life, and I believe that those young children are the future, and we want to protect them as much as possible. There's been a lot of activity since I announced 17 weeks ago, the biggest issues being concerns about mandating vaccines and public health, as well as a lot of questions that need to be resolved in the state with election integrity.
Why should you deserve this position over the incumbent?
Well, my challenger, or the person I'm taking on, Mark Kelly, promised us that he would be an Arizona independent. Now, you mentioned you went to NAU and relocated down here. Like I said, my family's originally from Pima County. My wife and 3 daughters now up in Maricopa County. He promised us that he would be an independent. 98% of the time he's voted with Chuck Schumer. Frame that against what Kirsten Sinema is doing, holding the line against the radical left on massive massive spending increases, potential amnesty, and everybody here in Yuma knows the rule of law is the most important thing we have. If we do not have the rule of law, we don't have a country. And when we pick and choose what laws that we're willing to follow, we put at risk everyone's safety and security, especially here in Yuma.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for being here in the studio. We're glad to have you here on Sunrise, General McGuire.
Thanks, April. Thanks for having me, and good morning to everybody in Yuma. It's great to be back down here again.